Okay, so from where we left off the other time, you could see that we were able to develop this simple app. So today we're going to see how we could um, cr- create a code for this, for it to, when we click on this, it's going to perform something, right? Good. From here, all the tools, I can't take my time to talk about all of them because there are many. We have layout, media, drawing and animation, map, sensors, and each of them has a lot of features, right? So we can't take one by one to go through the whole issue, right? So we will be taking our time to do a lot of things, but today we are going to use something called notifier. So you click on this search guy, you see notifier, and the server I gave to you, it has notifier. So I click on this notifier guy, I add it. It's a hidden component. We have hidden components and we have visible components. Notifier is a hidden component, right? So we have this notifier here. This notifier doesn't have a special settings or special anything. Just add a notifier. Now let's see something. I'm just gonna switch to Samsung Galaxy S9 device. I don't want the S9, I want the Google Pixels, this guy. Okay, and this guy, I will just take that guy out. Now here we want to enter into the code to start coding. Bear in mind that Codler is a native app builder, and it is not kids app builder. It's a multi heavier app builder, just that they simplify everything for you. So whatever app the others can build, Codler can do the same thing with no difference, right? When you take a good look at some of my apps, I'm building some apps which I don't want to include in this video. I'm using Flutter. The millions of code I'm typing, I'm even fed up. You see, but with Codler I can do it. But the person is interested in Flutter, so I have to go by Flutter way. So whilst you've added this notifier, from this section we have assets. That is where you add your images and your JSON files and others. And then we have the designer view. That is what we have now, where you can add a notifier, blah blah blah, whatever you want to add here. And we have the block section. When we go to the block section, it's like the back end, right? And whatever tool you add here, or whatever component you add onto the screen, you will see it from the block, from your left hand side right here. You can see that the screen is here and you have the button and then the notifier here. Now when you click on this button, it will pop up some codes for you, right? And when you click on the notifier, it's going to pop up some codes for you. They are blocks, but they are codes. Good. So these two guys, we are going to use them. Now let's start with the button. We have button click. When button one dot click, that means when you click on button one. And we have button got focus. When the button is gotten focused, and we have button long click. Yes, and then we have touch down, touch up, a lot of circles up here. But what we're gonna tackle for today is we're gonna tackle a button click, right? So whatever code you add here, that is what is going to happen when you click this guy. So we now have to go to the notifier, and the notifier too, it has a lot of dialogues, but we are going to start with this dialogue, right? Create custom dialogue. So you just have to take this first custom dialogue, you block it. Now what is the component you are using, right? And what is the title you are using? What is the name of the button? And what is the name of the button too? This is quite interesting. That is a custom button, right? And if you want to work with a custom button, you then have to add a panel. In this programming section, we call it a layout. So it's either you add maybe a horizontal or a vertical arrangement layout, and this is how it looks like. So with this, I always recommend you to fill the whole thing. Then you drag this in here and you select the vertical, then you set the alignment to center so that they will be centered for you as we did previously. So when we go back to the blocks, for the component, we can select the vertical, then we come down here, then we select vertical arrangement, then we block it. Now we are going to give a title. We have some section here. This is control, this is logic, this is maths. When you click on any of them, they have logics, they have controls, they have mathematics, they have text, they have list, they have a lot of stuff. So we're going to tackle text for now. So we are going to add an empty text here, and this is going to be the title of the message which is going to pop up. So this message which is going to pop up is going to be like my first native app, right? My first native app. So with this, my first native app, okay, I will add another text again. That is going to be the button, right? So the button is going to be like okay. It's like I'm going to say something like okay, and I'm going to add another same button, and this button is going to be, that is cancel button. I'll say maybe cancel. And here we can say that is it cancelable? The cancelable means, okay, let's add the logic which is true or false. First of all, let's add true, right? Then let's click on this guy. When we click on this guy, okay, I think the custom guy here shouldn't have anything to do with this arrangement, right? The reason we use arrangement mostly, I don't know how to say this. We have some, okay, let me do this so simple so that you get everything quite simple, because I think I first, my bad, I first choose a custom dialogue. So let's use a normal dialogue. So they all works the same, right? So I'll just use normal message dialogue, right? Let's use a normal message dialogue, this guy. So I'll just bring this guy here, then the button is okay, and this is cancel, and I'll delete this guy. Now you see that the cancelable is true. Then we have the title. Now what is the message for this particular message dialogue we want to pop up? So we want to say hello world. Hello world, this is my first native app, right? Good, so far so good. We have this. So let's delete this horizontal, vertical, whatever. Then okay, I think let me reset my connection, then let me quickly go in there again. So I have to do the same thing. So I have to come here and click on companion and type in FJOJMZ, right? So I just click on that, and that is gonna load the whole thing for me, and everything is quite interesting, right? So I have this here, click me. So when I click me, you see my first native app, hello world, this is my first native app. We have this cancel guy here because the cancelable is turned to true, and we have that cancel here, and then we have the okay here. So we can click on okay, right? Okay, so that is good. All right, so that is how we pop up messages. So when I set this to false and I click on this, you will see that this is how it looks like. So now you've gotten to see how you could pop up messages for people to get to know. We have a lot of message dialogues out there, which is quite interesting. When you take a good look at this, I want to use this spinning whatever guy here. When I add this guy and I click on this, you see that spinning guy. Okay, spinning dismiss, right? So let's a spinning display. So we have to use a spinning. You see, we have linear progress, we have I think we have a lot of dialogues, but we will be working on them, right? This is word picker, and they are many. They are many, right? This is password dialogue, right? So you can add a password dialogue, and you can add a message here. You can add a title here, and you can add counselable is true, and you can click on this guy, and this is it. So you have to add a password like Isoft original, and whatever you type here, click on OK, and that is gonna pop out for you. Okay, so far so good. This is quite interesting, and I love how these message dialogues are being popped up. You can continue to practice this along for longer time, and it's going to help you to get everything all done, and I believe you will be getting the ideas of how most native apps are being built, right? So this is how they works, right? Good. Okay, so until we meet again on our next lesson, which we will be working especially on some colors and other stuffs. Have a nice day, and bear in mind that I will be deleting all the codes, right? So on our next lesson we start something new, and I'll be leaving only the pattern, right? Okay, so until we meet again, have a nice day, and Isoft the original himself is out.